I'm good. Can't complain.
So Mari had a pretty big spring game out there. Was that good to kind of put out some plays in front of Night Nation? How'd
Yes,
you
sir.
feel out there?
Yes, sir. It felt real good going into my senior year. It just felt good to be able to perform at a high standard for the crowd and for my coaches. Just be able to improve from last spring. Everything felt good about today.
Mari, what kind of spring game like that performance that you put on today do for your confidence heading into the season?
It helps my confidence a lot, being that I'm seen as one of the leaders in the room. It allows me to show the other guys in the room that if I can do it, you guys can do it as well. As long as we hold each other accountable, anything can be done.
You mentioned being one of the leaders in the room, like you were talking about. What influence have you had on the quarterbacks and their development in the spring for the offense?
Honestly, the quarterbacks have had a lot more influence on me than I've had on them, being that they are the leaders of the offense. So the most that I do, I would probably pitch in a little bit of my opinions on how I would feel about some things, but those guys do control the offense. So however they feel, we'll discuss it and we'll go from there. But for the most part, we connect on a good basis every day.
Martin, how has your game grown from the moment when you got here, first of all, and then you've gone through some coaching changes? But how has your game grown? How much do you see yourself in this offense? Your role in this offense under Gus Bradley?
When I first got here, I had to deal with a couple of circumstances. I had upperclassmen above me, so I had to wait my time, and that was pretty much the best thing for me, just to learn from those guys and be able to take what those guys did on the field and implement it into my style of play. Since Coach Gus has been here, he's always been big on small details, and that is something that I wanted to improve on from last year. Details pretty much can possibly mess up an entire play, whether you're lined up wrong or you're just out of position. So just being able to dial into the small details, routes, catching the ball, just the extra work, the extra things that can allow me to go in, produce the things that I did out there today.
Mari, how good can this wide receiver core be when you look at all the guys coming back, including yourself?
This could be the best receiver core UCF has had in some years, in my opinion.
What was your favorite moment last season playing ball? When you think about last year, anything that comes to mind? A big game you had, big play? Or
Honestly, every game. Just being able to go out there and do what I love with my brothers. It really doesn't get no better than that. I'm a team guy, so any moment that I can have with the guys out there, whether if I'm playing or I'm on the sideline just chopping it up, every game is the best moment.
Do you have an opinion on the quarterback competition?
All of them. They're good. And every single one of them has the potential to be the starting quarterback. There's always room for improvement, but I feel like the competition in that room will only make those guys strive for better and be better day by day.
Mari, how does the quarterback competition affect you and your progress through the spring and the fall?
It allows me to know what quarterback I am dealing with. Every quarterback throws different. Every quarterback has a different chemistry with a certain receiver. So pretty much just getting the extra work with all the quarterbacks, seeing how they throw, how they think, how they feel about this route or this play. It all works out. We all have conversations about things, that we may have some type of feeling about. But for the most part, those guys got it.
Mari, when you look at the jerseys you guys got to wear today with the QR codes and everything, what does that say to you about this program and where it's gone to, that they kind of be cutting edge, doing things like that to kind of promote the players?
This is definitely the future of college football. And it was honestly confusing to me with the QR code because it was kind of like, how are they going to scan it while we're running? But then I had to think about it like, well, we're not running all the time. So it was actually a good idea. The coaches, compliance, everyone in our building has been helping us get our names out there any way possible. So I feel like today with the QR code, that was another step forward to getting us to where we want to be.
One more thought about the quarterbacks. Like when you mentioned the competition, how does that look? How does that feel throughout the course of spring ball? Is there some sort of examples you can give us of what those guys going at each other looks like?
Everyone had every single one of them has their own different style of play. So Mikey is a lot more vocal. John is like a game freak. And then you have TC, who is the young bull, who pretty much can do it all. So they all have their own style of play, but it all correlates into one big thing, which is being a leader. All three of them are leaders. And I feel like the more they continue to be a leader, the better that we'll be as a team. The competition is actually surprising day by day because you never know what you're gonna get out of them. They're surprising, all three of them. They'll surprise you every day. So it's a good thing to see the competition every day, see who gets the best out of each other. Appreciate it.